girl Diva, Diva Dvine, and I am here with the woman herself, the Lady Flame. I know you guys have seen her around, and you have to go and catch most of her concerts, but today we have her here. Lady Flame, so tell us, what's really going on?
Well, first of all, there's a name change.
It's name change?
Yeah, it's The Flame, and AKA Lady Flame, because as you said, people before do know me as Lady Flame. Mm-hmm. So we just did the name change just to kind of get straight to the point. So.
Oh, okay. so The Flame, as in a real Caribbean style of D-A.
Right.
Flame.
Right.
So not the regular The Flame.
No, D-A.
You're going real Caribbean with your moment. You know, you're just kind of going it.
Yes. Definitely.
Well, don't worry, a lot of artists, Prince, it had no name. But a lot of artists, I guess, in your growth and your transition and getting more out there and more involved with your music, people do change their names. Is there significance as to why you felt that growth was needed? You came to a new level? What was it?
Yeah, it's like you said, a career change. So in developing yourself and everything like that, you want to come out strong. So, still flame and everything like that. But the lady part is, quite inevitable. You can see that. So we're just getting straight to the point and just say The Flame. So
okay. Now I know that a lot of your music, it's more. Actually, describe your music to people, because I know that you're not really one to be in a box like most musicians. You guys really want people not to kind of think, oh, this is who I am. I'm a this artist. I'm a that artist. How do you describe yourself? How would you like people to see The Flame?
Just see The Flame as a musician, really. I, like you said, I don't like to crowd myself in one box. I sing reggae, R&B, rap,
whatever your mood feels like.
Yeah, gospel, just music to me, right. You know what I mean? So I don't really want to, label myself as one type of artist. I want to be a musician, so I want to be versatile.
Not want to, you are a musician. Hello. Yeah. How long have you been doing this, as a matter of fact?
Wow. Professionally, let's say, I've been doing this for about close to 20 years.
Wow.
So professionally. So let's say like 17. I don't want to give away my age, but
right.
20 years.
Okay.
But I've been singing from 2 years old. From the age of 2, I've been singing within church, which is where a lot of people start to find out their talents. So.
Yeah. I've even found that a lot of male artists have started out, whether their parents were involved in the choir or played an instrument, and usually the church somehow has a base as to what kind of projected them. Is that what inspired you to kind of get out there and be more into your music?
Right, yeah. And plus, I come from a musical family anyway, so it's like within our blood, At first, they drive you to do this is something you do, but then you develop a love for it and you realize you're actually talented.
Right, right. And actually, tell us about your family that's involved in music. I don't think a lot of people may know.
Well, yeah, my family, like I said, my parents, my father plays the bass guitar.
Okay. In a band or on his own?
He used to, not now, but back in his younger days, he was playing the bass guitar. Okay. And my mom was singing within, different groups and choirs and stuff like that. So both of them were very musical. So my family's aunts, uncles, they all had their own little, like I said, church-oriented.
Right.
So they all had their own groups that they were singing with back in the days.
Yes.
Same thing with my grandparents and everything. So
wow.
Everybody's just musical somehow.
And where are you from originally?
Well, I'm born here in Washington, D.C.
Okay, so you're Washingtonian.
Yes, but my parents and my whole family, as you know, is from Jamaica. So the heritage is very strong.
Right.
I can say that as far as starting here, I guess far and nice, it started with my generation. So my parents, had me here.
Okay, yeah, I have a son and he's half Jamaican, and I always laugh and tell him that, I call him a Trini Jam because I'm Trini, but it's one of those things that I know for me, I raised him in that Caribbean way.
Right.
Do you feel that's basically a part of what even allowed you, even though you were born in Washington, that you connected so heavily with your Jamaican side and doing reggae? Is that the cultural part was helpful for you?
It is, and like I tell a lot of folks that know my family and know me, they know that being raised by my grandparents, it don't matter where we are in the world, trust me, Jamaica follow with them.
Right.
So that's how we grew up. And then, you know, I had the privilege as a child growing with them. We visited very often, once or twice a year.
Right.
And so with that, you know, being able to go everywhere with them, you know what I mean? It's almost as if
it became a part of you.
It's a part of me. So, you know, I just embrace it.
Grew from that.
Yes, I embrace it, and that's just who I am. So.
Wow. So, you know, as you know, it's really difficult for a lot of reggae artists, or a lot of artists, not even just reggae artists, because we know that artists in Jamaica do more than just reggae.
Right.
But it's really difficult for them to come out into this US, Europe, Canada, branch out, mainstream, get out there. How do you find it for yourself? Because you're based here. Mm-hmm. So it actually, some people may feel that it might be even, you have an advantage. You know, what do you think about that thought as to how there are people in Jamaica who really can't make it, but then you're here and you're really able to benefit from already being in an arena that you're surrounded by so many people that are already kind of able to climb up that stairwell?
This topic to me is sort of like a double-edged sword, because we here within the United States that's trying to, you know,
achieve,
cross borders and achieve, and especially build that household name.
Right.
You know, it's a lot easier, you know, to be based in Jamaica and do some of the groundwork there. But of course, down there, in order for them to be able to cross the waters, you know, they would feel that it's, like you said, it's easier for them to be here. So it's, to me, it's just like, it's kind of imbalanced, but that's just the way it is. And thank God with technology today. So it's a lot easier to cross borders and cross waters and have people hear from you. But with dealing with this genre of music, as you said, with reggae and with cultural music, you kind of have to get that nod, you know what I mean, from the culture. So I think for us over here, that's what we want, you know, to be able to get that nod, that acknowledgement, from them, right? And they would like to be accepted on this side as well.
Right. But yeah, it's just amazing to me that I've spoken to artists in Jamaica, and some of them, their quarries would be the fact that sometimes they feel that they can be taken advantage of when they finally find someone to represent them out there, or that their music is somehow kind of dumbed down in order for the bigger artists to make it. And so here you are, being able to kind of do your art, and you have more control over the people you choose. They're somewhat limited into certain people, whereas you can kind of pretty much choose the person. Is that helpful to you, that you know you have, do you even see that as an advantage?
I guess you can say in some areas again, but I think the whole thing, like you said, business-wise, it's the business.
Right.
So, you know, having a good management team is very important.
Right.
For one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a good developmental team at the same time, you know. And then, like you said, depending on what direction you want to go and who you want to deal with, if that person is business-minded as well. Because, I mean, the business can be crooked, it has been crooked, and it will be crooked.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, it's just... Unfortunately, you don't really want to say it's like a hit or miss type of thing, you know.
But it can be.
It can be.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And I bring up these topics not to kind of stump you in it, but I think that we being from the Caribbean, we acknowledge the fact that other people in the Caribbean have this idea that when you're in foreign, when you're stateside or that it's somehow easier, that life is easier, that they have this, I consider it a misconception.
Right.
And, you know, I'm just helping them understand from your point of view, you know, that it's not that easy. Whether you're here or there, no matter where you are, it is an art. And you do strive every day to make sure you can bring your art out to the world. Right. So tell some people about some steps that you take on a daily basis to make The Flame a brand name.
Some steps that we take, as you know, networking is very important. Marketing yourself. First, you have to find out what you want to market, where you want to market to, and you just have to. Honestly, people just have to hear from you, see you. You know, you just have to make yourself. You know, you have to push yourself out there. Make yourself available. Push yourself out there. They have to always be hearing from you. You know, if they don't see you, at least let them hear something from you to let them know that, you know, you're still working and you're still doing what you're supposed to do. So that's what we do, really. There's a lot of singles out there that I've done. I don't know if you're into the whole sound clash thing, but but there's a whole bunch of clashes that I've been featured in. One last night, a matter of fact, with Stereo 5.
Okay.
They won, big up, Stereo 5.
Big up.
They featured the Hello dub, which is another dub that folks, I got a lot of folks have. How should I say? The flame was introduced to them through that dub. Okay. A lot of people did not hear about me or know about me until we pushed that dub out last year, the end of last year. When, after Adele came out with the Hello song. And, just different little things like that, creative things like that have, made us fortunate.
Stand out.
Yeah, stand out and reach other folks, because there's not really any female artist that I know that, does that as far as, do dub plates for clashes and specials and stuff like that.
True.
It was also featured. I had a dub Rise Up featured the very first song in World Clash in New York, Irish and Chin.
Okay.
So that's another thing. So we doing our thing. Just whatever it takes to show people that let them know, hey, she's talented. I'm talented. You know what I mean? So whatever it takes, that's what we do.
Yeah. Well, definitely you're talented, not just as a singer, but you're also a songwriter.
Right.
And so you've written all or most of your songs?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. And I can imagine that people are probably even reaching out to you like, hey, can you write a song for me? How does that work? Do you write songs for other people, or do you really just focus on writing songs and branding the flame through whatever you have?
Well, honestly, no one really has seriously come forward, like as far as for me to write for them.
Because they don't even know how skillful that you are as a writer.
Right. Yeah. But that might be something I do in the future. Why not? You know what I mean? But I write most of my songs, and if you didn't know, now you know.
Right.
I write most of my songs, and like you said, I sing, and I also produce some of my work as well. Ooh. So that's the musical side. So
right.
So everything is in one. So it's not just DJ or sing or anything like that. I also create my music, write, produce, and everything.